or not, here we come, right?
Bitch.
Sensually.
And that's how we start it. Guys, we lost the last about 10 to 15 minutes of our podcast on episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So, I think what we're going to do is just talk about the very end and overall just what we thought. I think we left off where they were about to fight Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. And that whole scene was great. Adam, you're staring at me. It's kind of creeped me out a little bit. Hi, this is Kevin.
He's like, no, he's just not excited about episode 2. Because that's got to happen at some point.
Sorry, I had to pull an Office reference because we did that in our last videos. All the time. Anyway, so episode 1 was a good movie.
It was,
overall.
Surprisingly.
I really liked that last fight too with Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. Mm-hmm. Pretty even fight. It was just entertaining overall. To see someone with a double-bladed lightsaber get beat by somebody with just one, that was interesting. What'd you guys think?
I think Obi-Wan beats him, actually, right?
Yep.
And then, but the only reason why Maul knocks him down the thing is he kind of tricks him at first. Mm-hmm. Like that's what Sith do.
Yeah.
And
oh, Sith.
Oh, those Sith. But, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I like how he, used the Force to grab Qui-Gon's lightsaber to finish the fight off, jump up and...
Very fitting.
Chops him in half.
Yep.
Falls down the hole.
Yeah, down another hole. They have big holes in Star Wars.
Lots of big holes.
Yeah, lots of big holes for people to fall down.
Some of them are in the story.
Yeah.
Anakin's
like episode 2. Like the whole movie. Alright, so let's finish episode 1. I personally thought it was a great movie going back to it. Now, obviously, at the time, I didn't like it as much as a kid. I liked the pod racing, but I didn't really like a lot of the young Anakin stuff. I still kind of don't like it, but I think the rest of it makes up for that.
Young Anakin is better than what we saw today.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Now, if we hadn't... Here's the thing.
He makes him look good.
That's how bad he is. If we didn't see episode 2 before recording this, I don't think it'd be as bad.
Yeah, we were saying he was the worst part of the movie.
Yeah, and I still think he is actually the worst part of that movie.
He is, probably, but I'm just saying his that's acting. How bad Hayden Christensen's lines were in 2. That's how bad they were that they make Jake Lloyd look good. Boy. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only other thing that we talked about after the blackout was the whole moment of all 3 of the Jedi and Sith being separated by the red force fields.
Yep.
We talked about how that was easily the best moment of perhaps even the new prequel trilogy, showing Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan. Anakin was not there.
Close.
Anakin was blowing up a Trade Federation cruiser by accident.
Yep. Just by luck.
Yep.
Dumb luck. Like Anakin. Dumb.
Showed Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Darth Maul. 3 different fighters at 3 different points in their lives and 3 different emotions. There was Darth Maul, who was confident. He knows he has these Jedi apart and he's going to win. He's confident. He's at his peak. He knows he's good. There's Qui-Gon, who knows that he's going to lose against Darth Maul before Obi-Wan can get there to help him. And in that moment, he kneels down, begins meditating, tries to figure out the best possible way to leave the situation so that Obi-Wan has the best possible odds against this Sith. Yeah. And then there's Obi-Wan, who is kind of removed from the situation, but is legitimately freaking out, hyperventilating, terrified.
Yeah,
because he knows that he's going to kill his master. He knows.
And then after that, he's as good as dead as well.
Yeah.
So, I know for me, that was the best part about the movie. I think...
That scene's so rich.
Yeah,
it was just...
And it's like, you can see what Obi-Wan's thinking in that entire scene. He's just, I think... Because you see a lot of... You see a huge sense of worry on his face just wash over.
Mm-hmm.
And
Qui-Gon's at peace.
Exactly, and Obi-Wan's just worried about his master, because his master's like his father. Generally their mentor. Father figures.
Yeah, he loves him.
So he's afraid that he's going to die, and he knows he's going to die because he can't beat Darth Maul. He's old, and he's not the best fighter. Yeah, let's just face it, Qui-Gon Jinn's a better teacher than
I don't think he ever was a good fighter as a Jedi.
No, he wasn't.
He's kind of slow and cumbersome.
He was, I'll tell you what, though, he's intelligent.
Yeah.
As a fighter. He was very intelligent, but at just that point, Darth Maul's too ferocious and all that. But I think he does set him up the best way for Obi-Wan, I think. But do you think he failed in that final, what Qui-Gon wanted to do? I think he did. He feels he did, I think. Right?
Yeah. I know we talked about this a bit, like, whenever he's lying there after he had been impaled and dying, he was probably feeling like he had failed his Padawan because he had pretty much just sentenced him to death. Because we even talked about how Darth Maul's lightsaber was cut in half by Obi-Wan in the final fight, but how throughout that fight and the choreography of it and all that, how Qui-Gon looked like he was almost trying to, if not just beat Darth Maul, injure him just make him worse off.
Well, I think in that point, Qui-Gon was coming down to strike the lightsaber in half.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looks like, and he doesn't
That's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
He's like, if I can get rid of the bottom blade, and I know I'm not going to still win, but if I can do this, then Obi-Wan will win this fight.
He's got a fair fight.
But then unfortunately, he doesn't get the chance to do that.
Boy, that's such a good fight.
I
almost want to go watch it again.
Exactly. I want to watch that whole thing again because I think that scene is so amazing. Like, that whole fight is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it's easily in my top 5 in the entire series. It's probably in the top 3.
When they cut away from it to go back to Anakin. I don't want them to cut away and go to Anakin.
Exactly.
I just want to watch that the whole time.
I want to see what else happens right there, and it's just, oh my god, that scene. We could talk about that scene for like an hour, guys.
Yeah.
We could talk about that scene for the rest of the night if we wanted to, because it's honestly, where does it rank for you guys? Out of all 8 movies now, where does that
second best fight scene?
I think it
top
is.
3 for me.
I think it's the top 3 for me.
I really do. I think that, in no particular order, it's that one, Obi-Wan versus Anakin, and Rey versus Kylo. I love that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole, the Force Awakens thing is kind of stupid. From my perspective, that's kind of dumb. I get it. I get what they want to go for. But I just like that fight, how it's choreographed, how she gets angry and just starts kicking Kylo's ass. Like, that was a good fight, too. I think those are my favorite. I know a lot of people are probably going to think Luke versus Vader, any of those, and they're good, but compared to Episode 7 and, 3 and 1, they're not the same.
Yeah.
They're just not the same.
Jake, your top 3, real quick.
I would say it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I would definitely rank it more as in, like, probably Rey and Kylo Ren, and then Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Darth Maul, and then it's Obi-Wan versus Anakin. Just because
I cannot wait for next week to watch that fight.
Watch Revenge of the Sith.
It's a culmination of everything.
Yeah.
Everything had been leading up until that moment, and I love the soundtrack for the Battle of Heroes.
Yeah.
I like Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Darth Maul. I'd put that at probably number 3. I'd put that. Now, my number 2 is obviously the Mustafar fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin. That's just, oh my god, that's so good. There's nothing that compares
Not
to
only that, like, mirroring it at the same point in that movie is Yoda versus
Sidious.
Yeah.
Which that's
it happens at the same thing.
That's my
same
top
time.
5. My number 1, I'd have to go with Luke and Vader. I have a tough time picking which one
Probably
to pick.
6.
Yeah, because I think it's the ultimate showdown.
It's
their showdown because he finally surpasses Vader in that fight. But here's why I like 5 a little bit more. Is because I think it tells a better story.
It does.
Because it's
more emotional.
It's definitely more emotional. I think you're seeing the struggles of a young Jedi versus like his Dark Lord Sith father, who he already knows that this is my son. I'm not going to kill him, but I'm going to see how strong he is. And he surprises Vader a bit in that fight, how strong and powerful he can become. And that's why Vader, at the end of that movie, he's like, I got to turn him to the dark side, because at some point he's going to surpass me and beat me. Because for the longest time, I know I kind of wanted to save this. I kind of do want to save this for the Empire. podcast that we're going to do eventually.
Yeah.
But I'll touch on it real quick. That for 25 years, right? Isn't that the time between Empire and Revenge of the Sith?
No.
What'd you say? It's like 30 years.
Oh, it's like 30.
So you would say Vader's what, 60? At that point?
Yeah.
But then that would
like
put
55.
Luke and Leia at 30 years old. They aren't that old, are they?
He's 26. He's about like, I think, 26 in Return of the Jedi. So he's probably about like 25, 24, somewhere around there in Empire. From what I understand.
But like, so for like that amount of time, Vader's like, I'm the most powerful entity in this galaxy. And then when he finally sees somebody that can challenge him, he's frightened about that to a degree, and he's like...
Hasn't he always wanted to kill the Emperor anyway for what he did to him in 3?
I can't imagine he likes him.
I mean, I think that's kind of the point with the Lords of the Sith book and everything. He hates the Emperor. He hates him. Well, but what's he gonna do?
Even at the end of
he's got no choice.
Even at the end of Revenge of the Sith, whenever he screams no and all that, yeah, that scene, that's him realizing his life is over.
Yep.
And he probably assumes he'd be better off dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
and also
all...
sensing Padme is dead. So
Padme was his reason to live, and when she died, he lost it. He doesn't have his
Screw
friendship.
his kids.
He doesn't have his friendship with Obi-Wan anymore.
Yeah.
The Jedi are gone.
Well, because I think he kind of knew Obi-Wan took the babies, right? Like, he has to think, like, where's
he
Obi-Wan?
doesn't even know what happened to the babies. He thinks the babies
Told
died.
him that.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Because in New Hope, he doesn't know any of this.
Oh, okay.
And at the end of New Hope, he kind of figures it out.
Okay.
That maybe this guy is my son.
Okay.
Or has some relation to me. And then the Emperor figures it out through the Force, I guess.
Sure.
And then, why not? We'll go with that. And then they have that, we'll call it like a teleconference or something.
Yeah.
But it's just like, then he figures it out. But
okay.
Anyway, I'm done with episode 1.
Episode 1 was a good movie. It is not the worst movie in the series. That's what we're going to talk about right now. Okay, yeah, let's talk about episode 2, Attack of the
I thought Adam was going to start
Boring Drones. Oh, sorry, I meant clones.
Oh, I thought Adam was going to start out
sorry, okay, hang on.
Bitch.
And we're back! We're going to talk about episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
So we never have to talk about it again.
Yes. Adam, this was your favorite movie ever.
I've never seen you this emotional about a movie.
Oh, you were curled up in the fetal position on the couch, just angry watching.
I was mad. I was legitimately
You were mad for about an hour of this movie.
I hated how George Lucas pretty much almost ruined Star Wars. In that movie.
Does.
That movie, he nearly kills the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, because he's a poopy head.
I hate him.
Yeah.
I hate him for that movie.
He could have killed the franchise.
He could have killed
the fucking franchise. Like, if it was episode 1 and
movie.
then 2, without any of the others, I guarantee they never would have made a movie after
that. I don't know how Revenge of the Sith got made after that.
Because he just threw his own money at it.
I don't know.
I think at that point it was all the hype of everyone's like, this is it. This is the end. Like, this connects the two pictures.
And people were excited. This movie... Was that Jake? Was that you that said it had a good IMDb score?
No.
Or Rotten Tomatoes?
It had a 65%.
That's gross.
10% more than Phantom Menace.
Oh, then get that piece of shit Ghostbusters movie.
I don't fucking agree with that whatsoever.
No, it's a bad movie. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Exactly.
I love Star Wars. I hate this movie.
That's why we're here. We like Star Wars. We wanted to give you guys our opinions on it, and I don't have almost anything good to say about this movie.
There's a CGI C-3PO in this fucking movie for no reason.
CGI Samuel Jackson.
Oh,
and you have Samuel
awful.
Jackson. You're paying him to be in the movie, and you're not even using him.
TV show. It looks like him from a TV show, and it's disgusting. And then it slowly fades into him standing in the entryway to the Senate. With Yoda.
I just don't understand the C-3PO because they have a suit made.
Yes.
There is a non-CGI
Same with
C-3PO.
Jango.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Why is there a CGI Jango Fett when you have a man that owns a suit that looks like Jango Fett. The only fun I had out of this movie was trying to determine what was CGI and what was not.
Yeah, after about like an hour, would you say, we both just started saying, oh, that's CGI, that's CGI, that's CGI, the whole movie, while Adam's just over there curled up, just angry, just fuming the whole time, shoving cookies in his mouth.
It was
stress eating.
Okay, here's the thing. Let me start from the beginning. I like the opening scene, and I like the music. Overall, the music was phenomenal through the movie, and I really liked the opening scene with that music.
The music was the best point for the movie in
general.
That music they play with Anakin and Padme, those scenes with that music, that song is beautiful. Yep. That song is amazing. And then
they poop on it.
That music
CGI
is
poop
gorgeous.
on it.
Yeah, they do.
It's like, why do you put this beautiful song with this?
These idiots. He's abusive, and she's just like, I'm gonna enable you.
Oh, he is a creep.
She's a huge
enabler.
She's a huge enabler.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's like, it's okay you killed all those people. It's okay. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Not just red flag.
It was really cool to see Coruscant from the ground, I think. Because before this movie, you never got to see Coruscant from any of the ground-ish levels. I think they were actually on level 1313, where it's kind of the grimy, really shitty, kind of alluded to area, where it's just kind of garbage.
Yeah.
I'm not positive, but I think that is 1313, which is that canceled Star Wars game, which is where that was supposed to be.
Which would have been amazing to see, but that's...
Yeah, we'll never see that or the Darth Maul game.
Yeah,
that got turned into the Force Unleashed. So... Here's another thing, right at the beginning. A limited number of Jedi Knights, which is noted. The limited number of Jedi Knights and the credit roll in the beginning. But why the fuck did they send all of them to Geonosis to die?
Yeah.
Duh. Send the fucking clones.
They're honestly just doing...
It's stupid.
They're doing Emperor Palpatine's job for him.
Yeah. Oh,
they really are. They're killing themselves.
They just march to their death. Why don't you just be a bunch of lemmings and walk off a fucking cliff while you're at it? I mean, that's pretty much what they do. Yeah, see, Adam's got nothing. It's true. They're a bunch of dumb lemmings. These are the dumbest Jedi I've ever seen in my life.
There's almost no redeeming qualities to this movie whatsoever.
They're sitting right in front of Palpatine, and they're like, oh, we're going to tell you all of our plans. And he's like, hey, Padme, why don't you go hang out with, like, fucking Obi-Wan and shit so I can kill all of you? And she's like, okay. Yep, that's it. That's it. He should just cut all of their heads off in a row and be like, yep, okay, I'm done. That's it. Yay, I win. It would have been called I Win the Movie. Starring Emperor Palpatine, because he wins.
I will say...
so angry talking about this.
Whenever we were watching it, we kind of deduced that the first 20 minutes of the movie are totally unnecessary.
Yep.
The whole speeder chase, the whole girl assassin, protecting Padme and all that, it is unnecessary because the plot of the movie doesn't begin until Jango Fett.
Yep.
Jango Fett shoots the assassin with a poison dart that then is traced back to him. If he would have just shot Senator Amidala's decoy with that dart, we could have passed 20 minutes of unnecessary movie to go directly into what the Clone Wars was. Jango Fett could have still gotten away because the Jedi wouldn't have been there to even chase him.
Yeah, they wouldn't have known it anyway.
All she had to do was take that poison dart to Obi-Wan and be like, can you track this guy down for me? Yep. Boom. 30 minutes into the movie.
Yep.
And it starts out the exact same way with the exact same information.
And it would have been under 2 hours, and I would have been happy.
Or they could use that time for more important things that were actually...
Like cool shit to talk about and reference in the movie that they never show.
Like the Darth Tyrannus origin story.
Or,
knowing whenever he goes
Master
to
Diaz?
Yes. That was the one I really would have wanted to know about. Because even the Jedi, they're hiding something about him. So it's like...
Yeah, Yoda and Mace Windu, that whole scene.
They know.
They don't talk about him again.
No.
Even Obi-Wan questions them, and they're just like, most curious. I wonder what this is about. And it's like, you guys know.
You know, you just don't want to say.
Assholes.
They really are assholes.
They destroy themselves, seriously.
What if Diaz was Palpatine?
But they don't address that. They neither confirm or deny that.
I know, but that's the only thing I can think of. Unless it's a character that they've never shown before.
That would almost be too perfect. Because then he comes into power with his own troops that he
The only thing I could possibly think that it was Count Dooku with a Geist.
But that's already his Count Dooku name.
Why not just give us a
sentence? You see what I mean? No, like, he would have had 2 aliases then.
Why not just give us a sentence that connects the two, and that would have been our origin story.
Could Yoda just been like, "Oh, I thought he was dead."
Yeah.
Or he died a long time ago. Okay, well now we know he's dead, so who cares?
I mean, that's
not just leaving it open.
That's something the Jedi do. As soon as someone goes to the dark side, they just tell whoever knows them that they're dead. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, Darth Vader.
I did also, and here's the, I'd like to go through the things at least I somewhat liked, and then all the stuff I didn't like, which is a long list, including on the back, unnecessary scenes / CGI. So that's going to be fun.
First 20 minutes.
That is one of them. Fett versus Obi-Wan, and the first time they meet, I thought was really cool on Kamino. That whole fight, it was a little corny at some points, but overall it was really cool to see those two fight. I thought it was kind of stupid where they got the turrets on the Slave One blasting Obi-Wan. Not only should that have blown him to smithereens, they used the exact same cut that they had just used for Jango Fett's rocket launcher.
That's why it looked so weird.
It looks so stupid.
They just cut the same scene in
twice. Yes, it's so lazy. It's like they run out of money at that point. Like, fuck it, we're using this again. We're not going to go film anything. Adam's got nothing. Okay. I do like that Lars is in this movie. I think that's cool because that sets up the whole Luke and Leia going to the Owens, which is where you find them in episode 4. That's kind of cool.
They met Anakin Skywalker before. That's an important meeting.
Yep, because they knew Darth Vader.
Owen Lars meets Anakin Skywalker, which is pretty important when you think about it.
Yep.
Is that whenever in episode 4 does Lars say that, or Uncle Owen say that he knew Luke's father?
Yeah.
So that's where that came from.
Yes.
Is that meeting.
He actually did meet him.
Okay, so I like that they connected the dot.
I wish Uncle Owen would have been like, yeah, I knew your father. He was a whiny bitch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's something
he's a psychotic murderer that killed all the sand people.
He was insane.
Yeah.
I do like Watto. I thought it was cool they had Watto in it.
I like that entire interaction.
And he looks awesome in CGI still. I will give them props for that. I was looking for flaws, and I'm like, no, he looks pretty good.
He does
look
good.
The best. I personally think he's the best CGI character in this movie.
Yeah.
By a long shot.
Oh, the winged.
But I also think it's because there's so many close-ups of him when they're talking.
And he goes,
yeah. What's going on?
I kind of want a figure of him. He's kind of neat. I think he's kind of neat.
Now, did they make an old Watto figure? Because they made one for episode 1, but I don't know if they ever made one for episode 2. Where he's got like the gray neck beard thing going on.
Yeah.
It kind of looked a little weird.
Hey, it looked like most Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
Oh, I went there. Okay. Christopher Lee in this movie is amazing.
Yeah.
When he's not CGI.
But that's probably the biggest plus for me is Christopher Lee. Because I think if you don't have him,
dude, it's real bad if you don't have him.
But there's also a fault in that. They don't use him nearly enough.
Yeah, I know.
He's only in it in the last part of the movie. He's
only in 15 minutes of this whole 2 hours and 22-minute movie.
You have one of the best villain actors ever born, and you use him for 15 fucking minutes.
Yep.
And you use Jango Fett as the primary villain for half the movie.
And he super duper dies before the end of the movie.
Mace Windu just cuts his fucking head off.
That's a big thing with George Lucas. He seems to kill awesome villains way too soon. Darth Maul, Count Dooku dies in the beginning of the next movie. Spoiler if you haven't seen it. You probably should have already seen it by now.
It's been about like 12 years.
Yeah, he's a little late to the party on that one. And then he obviously kills Jango Fett, which is dumb. Now, it makes sense why... What?
And Boba Fett.
He doesn't kill Boba Fett.
Doesn't die, but I mean, he gets thrown into the Sarlacc pit and then bye-bye.
Oh, yeah.
Never seen from again in the movies.
Right. He is in the expanded lore, and George Lucas already confirmed that he does not die. Thank God. Because if that's how he dies, that's real dumb. Like, that's probably one of the dumbest deaths
I think that's why he confirmed he didn't die.
Yeah.
Because if he was like, oh yeah, he died, and then everyone riots.
There's a bounty hunter books about Boba Fett, and they explain how he escapes the Sarlacc pit, which is kind of cool.
That would have made a cooler movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, than anything we got in this one.
I have another negative.
Okay.
The movie?
Christopher Lee's character has 2 names.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Okay.
I don't mind Count Dooku, but I'd rather leave that and just keep Darth Tyrannus.
Darth T-Rex.
I think it just sounds so fucking cool and evil.
It's terrifying.
Like, why did you go Count Dooku? Really? That sounds like a fucking piece of shit.
Well,
Count Dookie fucking piece of shit.
Count Dookie.
Exactly.
Count Poodoo.
Pretty much. It's a fucking...
That sounds like an insult.
They just did it because he used
Count
to play...
Poodoo.
They just did it because he used to play
Dracula.
fucking Dracula.
Yeah,
that's the
why.
only reason. George Lucas is a fucking fanboy of the Dracula films, and that's why he did
Or did he do it because Christopher Lee asked him to?
No, Christopher Lee hates
No?
the Dracula movies that he was in. He doesn't like him.
That's so stupid they did that then.
He hates them.
Okay, this is not helping my case for George Lucas. We should
He
continue.
furthermore
he's an idiot.
tortured Christopher Lee by giving
Count Dooku. That's a dumb name.
Can Dracula please come to the stage? I don't respond to Dracula. Can Dracula come to the stage?
Mr. Count, please come to the stage.
Paying you out the ass for this. You will.
You will come when you're called. Now, here's another thing that we already talked about. All the powerful Jedi Masters on the Jedi Council not sensing Palpatine when they're sitting 5 feet in front of him.
Including Yoda.
That's dumb.
That's hilarious.
Yoda, the most powerful Jedi, is just sitting there and goes, duh.
He even
says no idea. Yes.
Looking at Palpatine.
Yes.
He is staring Palpatine in the eyes and he's like,
yes.
The dark. It is clouding my vision.
And then Palpatine's out there standing at the window, like, pretty much like, oh, you guys are a bunch of dipshits. I'm going to kill you all.
He's like, oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm proud of that.
Curtain call. So everything they talk about is better than this movie. Every single thing, like Anakin in the factory goes, oh, not again, when his lightsaber's cut in half.
That would have been
why
interesting.
didn't we see that? Why didn't we see his lightsaber get cut in half before? Or how that happened? And the elevator in the very beginning of the movie, they are talking about some dumb inside joke about Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Fell into a pit and
Yes.
Anakin had to go save him.
Yes!
Then Obi-Wan chuckles to himself and he's like, ah, yes.
Oh, yeah, that was funny. Like, couldn't I have seen that before?
And then George Lucas stays on the scene about 3 seconds too long as he's kind of like, yeah, you wish you would see this.
That's another thing I hate, how they cut from someone's face. From Anakin's fucking face, just staying there looking stupid. So many times. They take like a 5-second cut of him just going, duh, staring at the camera. And then they do like a dumb fade to the left away to like the next scene. I'm like, this is so lazy. A 5-year-old could have put this together. Some idiot in college that's like smoking crack and stuff could have done a better job. It's ridiculous. It's terrible. And the Jedi Poodoo during the chase. Oh, Jedi Poodoo! And the guy looks like fucking Sebulba. Okay, fine, whatever.
It might be Sebulba.
I actually think it's supposed to be Sebulba.
I think so too.
Sadly enough, I think it is. Also, the laser pistol sounds from Zam Wazell, and I'm harping on the beginning of the movie, because there's a lot of bullshit in it, are the exact same sound of a fucking X-Wing going pew, pew, pew. If you listen to that, compared to an X-Wing, that is the X-Wing laser. Coming from a pistol.
It's powerful.
It's like the cricket from fucking Men in Black.
Yeah.
Like, come on, really? And I think this would have come out after that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's,
Yep. So fuck you, George Lucas, for that. Also, whiny bipolar Anakin, which we could spend days talking about.
Now, I will say,
I hate him.
I am extremely confused by his character.
Yes.
Because either Hayden Christensen played him awful or too well.
That's what we talked about before this started.
Because every time he's on screen, it's creepy.
I think I'm more conflicted than he is.
Yeah, it's like we're watching someone turn to the dark side, but it's real. Like Hayden Christensen, I think, is now a Sith.
Yes.
From this movie, because it was so wrong.
I think I'm a Sith from watching this movie. I feel like Sith after watching this movie.
And he touches people way too much, way too creepily.
Oh, he is all rapey on Padme when they're on the beach talking about the sand being coarse. Not like her skin, which is smooth and soft.
And then he just caresses her,
Oh,
shoulder.
that's creepy.
And then she kisses him.
And then she kisses him. And then she pulls away after 5-10 seconds of smooching and goes, no, I can't.
I shouldn't have done that.
I should have done that. I'm like, what the fuck? And it sounds so forced. wasn't like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Soap
like
operas are
regretful.
written better.
It was literally just like, here's my line. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. And then she literally just stares off into nothing. She stares at some random hill in Italy, because that's where they filmed it. And she's just standing there like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And I'm like, what? No, you're right. You shouldn't have done that. Smack yourself.
It's the soap opera of Star Wars movies.
That's what George Lucas wanted, was space opera. Space soap opera bullshit, and that's what he got in this movie. Bullshit.
I love that it leads to later on whenever Anakin's like crying in the room with the very obvious bad fire, and then he's just like, I'm haunted by that kiss that you were never supposed to give me.
And look how she's dressed. Yeah. She's dressed like a dominatrix in that scene. It's like she's asking for it. Now that's not right to say she's asking for it, but I'm just saying, in a perfect world, you don't dress like that just to hang out with your buddy or like your guy friends. That's not what you put on.
Or your bodyguard.
Yeah, that's what you put on when you want to go romp in the bed. You want to get freaky in the sheets.
And then she's like, no, we can't do this. I can't have you throw away your future for me. And then he's like, so you feel this way too. I knew it.
It just goes over his head. Adam, what do you think right now?
You okay?
You alright over there? Okay, let's continue. The quote, I don't like sand. Moving on, who is Master Diaz? Again, they never talk about him. Anakin talking politics in the field. Question mark, question mark, question mark. That was stupid. Dude, that was a dumb thing.
That was another red flag. Like, yes. Anakin just blatantly comes out as an in the closet.
He's fucking Hitler.
As an in-closet dictator.
Yes.
And she's just like, man, that's
I
kinda
love
hot.
you. He's like, well, they should be forced to do things. And she's like, yeah, I'm getting my panties in a bunch.
What the hell?
It's so bad. Why? And the field's like so obviously CGI except for like 10 feet of it. It's like they went to somewhere in the backyard, like the outside the studio, put up a green screen and just filmed it there.
While they were just laying in grass.
Yes!
Yeah.
In the garden behind their fucking studio. So also, this is gonna make it X-rated. Masturbating Anakin!
Oh yeah, that was wrong.
That was a thing!
Can never unsee.
I would make the noises he made, but this would all be censored. But he's just like writhing in bed, and it looks like he's jerking it. And it's like he's jerking his chicken in bed.
And then they talk the next morning. He's just standing there, and then she comes like, you had a nightmare, didn't you? And he's just like, yeah, it was about my mother. And then she's like,
oh, it makes it worse.
And then she's like, I heard you.
This movie sucks. I heard you masturbating, Anakin. What were you thinking about over there? I was thinking about my mom.
He goes, she's hot. Was, because she's dead now.
Or as Kevin Malone would say, MILF.
We should just insert him into that movie.
Then he goes from creeper to like full on stalker, because then he changes the conversation to be like, I wish I had dreams about you.
You're not as hot as my mom.
Here, put these on. Now you'll look like my mom.
Now you look like my mom.
I can't get over
You're
this.
so hot, Mom and Padme.
There was one point where she was just silently staring at him, and it's like, you know what she's thinking. She wants him to choke her.
She wants to die.
Is that when she's in the dress, the black dress?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she has like the choker on. I'm like, dude, she's asking for it. She wants it.
She knows what's coming. She read
wants
the script.
choking.
She read the script.
I'm surprised Anakin just didn't look at him and go, wah, 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 like Kevin Malone does in The Office when he's trying to get Pam to lactate. Because he's just so weird. He does these just oddball and says these stupid things that I wouldn't even be surprised at this point if he just starts doing it. He's so rapey throughout the whole movie. Yeah. I hate to use that term, but it really is like rapey. Like the way he looks at her, I'm like, don't go in the room alone alone with this guy. Don't do it.
No.
Don't wear that black dress. Don't do that.
It's terrifying.
That white thing you're wearing, don't put that on. That's too tight. It's going to make him excited. One of my last things? Shut your fucking mouth, Anakin. I literally wrote that down because Jake said that.
That was the best part. Whenever they go into the arena, and you just pray for Obi-Wan to use the one F-bomb PG-13 movies are allowed to use.
They get one F-bomb a movie.
And either he says, as soon as they, like, come in as, like, prisoners, he's just like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Or they bleep it out, where he goes, what the fuck are you doing here? I don't know, master.
We came to save you. Good job.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's pretty good.
Best line.
Good job.
Best line of the movie.
Being a sassy
he's being a sassy bitch today.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, sassy bitch Obi-Wan is the best Obi-Wan.
We can write down Ewan McGregor as a positive.
Yes. He was phenomenal this whole movie. I think he carried it a lot.
Tried.
If it wasn't for him and Christopher Lee, this would be one of the worst movies I think ever released in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
It was that bad. I also have bad puns. There was some really
Every fucking word that comes out of his mouth is a fucking bad
this is a real drag.
Oh, yeah.
C-3PO as he's being dragged through the fucking sand.
Another unnecessary.
Just like the movie being dragged through the sand.
It's being dragged through a lot more than sand.
Shit.
CGI shit.
CGI shit.
It's being dragged through the worst kind of fucking
drag.
hell.
Which brings me to the
Page
next
2.
part. Page 2. This is such a bad movie. It has 2 pages of crimes. Unnecessary scenes / CGI. The diner.
Yeah, the diner was just almost all CGI.
There's absolutely
for
no
reason.
point for that. Dax is a cool looking action figure. He is not a cool character. He's just some fat forearm dude. So he's dumb. R2-D2 learning to fly in the factory.
Okay, that pisses me off for being CGI.
Yeah.
You have it's like the C-3PO thing. It's like the C-3PO thing.
Yeah.
Like you have a physical R2-D2. String him up on some lines or something, and the scene will look better.
Yeah, just fire some rockets on him and make him go up in the air. Boom, done.
No, but George Lucas had to be humping a computer the entire time he was filming this movie.
I can just imagine him with the computer on his crotch just the whole time he's filming. Just his laptop, he's just humping it.
Do we put the Jedi Temple there?
Yes, that's actually the next one.
Okay, yeah.
No
the
joke.
entire
Jedi Temple.
Jedi Temple is CGI. There is not a real room.
Can we get a CGI George Lucas helping a computer?
There is not a constructed room.
I want to see Yoda decapitate George Lucas.
While he's humping a computer.
He does it into Commander Green in the next episode. We can just, what is that thing that people do? Copy and paste George Lucas's head on there.
Photoshop his face.
Photoshop his head on there. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
That'll be the next tag for the next one. It's just not a single thing in the Jedi Temple was real. There had to
not
be...
even Mace Windu.
There had to be a good 10 minutes where Mace Windu was the only physical thing being taped. Like, being filmed. He was on a green screen. In a green room. Standing
with green
there.
Floor.
He was just standing there, and then he's like, okay, read off your line. And then Samuel L. Jackson is there, and he's like, what am I reading this to? And then he's like, what are you talking about? There's 17 other people in this room with you. And then Samuel L. Jackson's just like, it's just green.
There's nothing here.
There's nothing here. I'm not paying you to talk to people. I'm paying you to read off your damn lines.
You want to know another good thing? Jar Jar.
He was CGI as well.
Yeah, he sucked. He shouldn't have been in this movie at all.
Again, unnecessary.
He's just a callback
Jar Jar
to the
Binks
first movie.
caused the Clone Wars.
Yeah, he voted for the Emperor.
He was the vote.
He sucks.
He voted to give Palpatine the supreme fucking power.
I think that was still whenever George Lucas was kind of writing Jar Jar in as being a bad figure in the future, but then jumped ship after 2 went under.
Yep. They're like, alright, fuck all that shit in 2. We're just gonna scrap it and move forward.
I think it was in the back of his mind, Jar Jar Binks is a really evil character, and he's been confused and all that. And then people were like, wow, your movies suck. And then he's like, I probably shouldn't do that. Dumbass.
Count Dooku backstory. Dooku spelled incorrectly. D-U-K-U. Dooku. Or
I was so mad.
Daka.
So
Count
mad.
Daka.
I'm just like, Count Dooku.
Where is the Count Dooku backstory?
In the books?
Because there is none.
In the books? Read the books, Adam.
Fuck you. I want it in
Read
the movie.
The books,
That's
bitch.
what I want it in the
That's
goddamn
what George
movie.
Lucas says.
That's
I'm
what
too
I paid
lazy.
for. Is I want to see in the fucking movie.
George Lucas is too lazy.
He's just a fat piece of shit, old man that can't get a fucking movie right. Almost killed Star Wars for an entire generation of people.
I thought you were talking about somebody else.
It's all coming out now.
That's what she said. Alright, the CGI bite of food when Anakin's feeding a cut pear to Padme is bullshit.
He uses the force.
He rubbed it on his fucking balls and gave
Whenever
it
it
to her.
goes on the fork.
That's why she didn't want to bite it, because it smelled weird. Boobs!
She took a bite of a CGI pear.
Boobs!
I'm still stuck on the pear.
Boobs is written down. I don't know why I wrote boobs, but I just wrote boobs. I think I saw her in the dominatrix thing. I was just like, hey, boobs!
That's just confusing.
I was just bored at that point. If you guys don't believe me, it really is written here in all caps, boobs, and underlined twice.
It is.
It really is. Backflip on Camino. People might not believe me. It's really written, boobs. The backflip on Camino by, or was that front? That was backflip. Because he does a swinging backflip forward onto a ledge and then uses the force on a door he could have just walked up to and walked through. Because he's a lazy bitch.
See, and that's something else. Like, that was all CGI.
I hate this movie. This movie's the worst fucking
They could have just not
happened.
shown that.
Yeah, it was.
It didn't even matter.
It was a man on a wire that swung and then did a backflip onto a platform. You cannot tell me there isn't a person on the face of the planet that can do that.
Oh my god.
For a fraction of the price of computer-generated imagery.
I hate this movie. C-3PO!
Hate him.
I was waiting for something. Alright, so
CGI again.
That made no sense. Shadows, what the fuck? When they're on Tatooine and they fucking hug, and then it cuts, they shows them hugging on Shadows. It cuts right to them hugging while they're hugging. The Shadows are on a completely different side of the wall in the hut, and they're not hugging.
I have to assume.
It's so dumb. Who let that out of the studio? Who watched that and said, "Hey, morons, this doesn't look right. Let's fix this."
CGI Shadows.
All right.
There's just more. I'm pretty sure they didn't tape humans for this movie.
I have CGI Mace Windu walking into the Senate, which was bullshit. And then the factory scene, while it created peril for the main characters, it doesn't matter because they don't die. There is no peril that needed to be had there because they could have just been captured right there. When those Geonosians came out of the walls, they should have just been captured.
Exactly. They
right
should have been overrun.
Boom, done. No, we have to have the whole stupid factory thing where Anakin gets his thing stuck in a thing.
We hear about a better story.
Yeah, we hear about the better story about the lightsaber being cut in half and him go, "Oh, not again."
And then the most worthless piece of, like, comedic timing ever with C-3PO losing his head and it getting put on a droid. Totally unnecessary.
Hate this movie. Is there anything else we want to say about this piece of shit?
Sucks.
We're almost to 43 minutes.
All right. 3 good things and 3 bad things.
All right.
I'll start.
You want to get this shit over with.
Reason number 1, it's good. It's good. It's over now.
Yes.
We don't
I think that's universal.
Number 1, it's over.
Yes.
Number 2, the seeing Master Yoda fight.
I forgot about that.
I like that.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that whole
3.
thing.
That was cool. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Or are you just having trouble finding
Do you want to hug it out? Is there not 3? Is there 2.5?
The music.
The music's
Obi-Wan
good.
versus Christopher Lee. Obi-Wan versus Count Dooku.
Okay.
It doesn't last nearly as long at all.
No.
Negatives. I could probably name fucking 40 of these.
2 hours and 25 minutes.
We'll stick with 3. They don't use, but I'm gonna keep it to like at least the things I think could have improved the movie at least, or saved it from being the worst piece of shit I've seen in the last 10 years.
So nothing.
You have Christopher Lee, who's at this point in 2002, he's a legendary horror actor, and you use him for 15 minutes.
Maybe 18 if they're lucky.
15 minutes.
When he was shown as Count Dooku, he was scary.
Yeah.
Every scene he's in is
menacing.
good, but it's just they
don't use him
Jango
enough.
Fett falls so short of being at least a credible villain in this movie. Yeah. It's horrible. And that's why Boba Fett, because people love Boba Fett more than Jango Fett, because Jango Fett, fuck, whatever.
He's in one movie.
Exactly.
He's in half a movie.
They could have used Darth Tyrannus for the entire movie, and I think it could have helped the movie in the long run, but they used him for 15 minutes, so fuck that. 2, the Yoda fight isn't long enough.
Okay.
At all.
It's 30 seconds and it's over.
I hate that.
All these fights are shorter than the speed chase scene in the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another 20 minutes we could have used that for.
That was bullshit.
And the third one, Hayden Christensen's lines is the worst
writing
about this entire movie. It's the worst thing. I don't blame Hayden Christensen himself. He's given what he's told to say.
Yeah, he does what he can.
Although I am going to still say I blame him partially for it, because even you looking at this, you're supposed to be an actor. You look at this and you go, this sounds really fucking dumb.
Maybe to be ashamed.
I should go talk to somebody about this.
Well, it's like we said before, like, it's the writing almost first and foremost, because whenever watching Hayden Christensen, we're to the point where we're like, we don't know if he's acting too well or awful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's bad.
All right, that's my 6. 3 good, 3 bad. Jake, you want to go next?
Okay.
I'm done talking about Attack of the Clones,
by the way. I'm done. So Adam's peacing out.
Done.
Adam's done. All right, it's just us, Jake.
So
Adam died.
My 3 good things.
He's been decapitated.
I loved seeing Yoda as a teacher to the younglings. It's one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Oh, I was pooping for that part. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, that was good.
Because whenever Obi-Wan's looking for the planet, he goes to Master Yoda and he's like, "It's not in our archives. What does that mean?" And then Yoda makes a good joke and he's like, "Oh, Obi-Wan's lost a planet. How embarrassing." And everyone laughs and it's like, that's legitimately funny. That's adorable. And then he asks the younglings, and the younglings are right. And it's like,
shame on Obi-Wan.
Yeah, the kids are wiser than all the adults and that old lady
because
that
they think simpler.
Yeah, they do. It's like someone deleted it.
Yeah.
And then
it's not there.
Everyone in the Jedi Temple was like, "That's impossible. The archives know all." And it's like, no, they don't.
No.
I liked that. I loved how they're still showing the downfall of everything. They're showing how stupid the Jedi are. They're showing how smart the Sith are. And it's still culminating to that moment where everything is just going to fall apart.
Yeah. That's
nice. 3, I loved Obi-Wan versus the giant green monster. What was it called?
Ackley.
Yep, love it. I love that thing. It's terrifying. It's creepy. It's unique. I love it. It's my favorite beast probably in Star Wars. So there's those 3. The 3 things I don't like, I am almost personally offended by the amount of CGI in this movie. That's all. I've been complaining about it this entire time. The movie should not be 98% CGI when you can use physical things. It's just stupid. It looks stupid. It looks awful. The other stuff is, I feel like George Lucas is too obvious with things. Like
he beat you over the head with it?
Yeah. It's like, at this point, we are seeing the beginning of Anakin's transition into becoming a Sith. But he just beats us in the face with it over and over again, like how he's like, people should be made to listen, or I killed them all that stuff. It's like, yeah, we get it. He's turning evil.
We just saw you.
Right now, he's blatantly evil.
Yeah.
He is so evil, it's to the point where if a normal person would walk up to him, you would know. It's too obvious, and it's annoying. It's the same thing with all the Jedi stuff, too. It's not as bad as the Anakin stuff, but like how the Jedi are constantly like, no, you don't question the old ways. No, we are smart. You're dumb for thinking differently and all that. It's like, yeah, we get it. You're done.
Yeah. You're all gonna die.
Yeah. And then pretty much every love scene. And
that was just awkward.
Yeah, it was the cringiest stuff I've ever seen. It's creepy. It's awful.
Well, thankfully, our skin isn't coarse. We have soft skin like Padme.
Yes.
Don't have Hayden Christensen here, else he'll get all rapey. So 3 things I liked, just to wrap up. I'd say I really liked... Oh boy, this is going to be hard. Okay, I liked Fett versus Obi-Wan. in the rain with Slave 1 there. While there were some problems with that fight, I thought it was a cool idea, and it was neat to see Obi-Wan overmatched by Jango Fett. I really liked all the Jedi fighting in the arena. Not the fact that the Jedi Council was so stupid they took all their Jedi and plopped them in a death arena, but just the fact of seeing all these Jedi at once fighting that you've never seen before. You know, like big names are Kit Fisto's there, Coleman Trebor is there. You also have Luminara, she's there. Eth Koth is there. Mace Windu, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Kaidi Mundi, Yoda. Anakin. You have these huge names in Star Wars. I mean, some of those people might not have heard of. That's fine. But bigger names are there that you've never seen fight before. So it's really cool to see it. Plo Koon, obviously, I forgot about him. He's there as well. I gotta name all of them. So that was really cool. Third thing I liked is... Oh, shoot. Okay. Count Dooku. I like Darth Tyrannus a lot. I thought his lightsaber was awesome. It was unique. Something you've never seen before and probably never will see again. Just because it's something different. It's curved. I like that it had... if you look at it real closely, it actually has two handles on it. It's got two grips. One for double-handed, if you want to hold it with two hands, like he does in some of the fights. And also with one. So because he's so powerful, you can just hold it with one and wave it around a little bit. What I didn't like, 3 things. It's going to be hard to narrow it down. I didn't like the CGI. I thought it holds up terribly. It doesn't. It's not my thought. It does. It does not hold up well. It looks bad.
Well, what Adam brought up for a gauge of comparison is Lord of the Rings was made at the same time.
Yep. And it looks so much better.
Still beautiful and still amazing. And the CGI is
I think
great.
Two Towers was the one that was about the same time. And Helm's Deep is what I think
it was released the same year.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like that battle at Helm's Deep with the big wall and the orcs and the rain, and that's real rain. Apparently George Lucas doesn't understand what real fucking rain is.
It was CGI on Camino.
Obi-Wan walks out and he's not wet. He's dry. Stupid.
But then he uses
rain.
actual rain in the next scene. He knows it exists on Earth.
He cuts to it, and Obi-Wan's wet with real rain falling down. I'm like, come on, dude. That was real dumb. And the lines that they give Anakin Skywalker are the dumbest things I've ever heard of. Just some of his lines, he just is an asshole. An unlikable asshole. He's like that in the Clone Wars show. He's like that in this. He's like that in 3. He's just an unlikable asshole overall. It sucks that they thought he was the one. And maybe you can argue that he is because he ultimately does destroy the Emperor. But holy crap, does he have a long way to go to that.
And he's
from
too
here.
proud.
Oh, yeah. He's up his own butt so far.
Because he knows he has the potential to be the most powerful Jedi.
And he knows it.
He does become that.
That's a scary thing, is that he knows that.
Oh, there's that one scene that Darth Sidious feeds into that.
Yep.
Whenever he's talking to Anakin by himself, and he's like, Anakin, I believe you do have the capability to be the strongest Jedi ever.
I still like that the Emperor sets everything up even in this movie.
He feeds into it. He feeds into it correctly. That's why I was like, I liked that this movie showed how smart the Sith was, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because throughout the entire thing, they all have their own agendas, and they win.
Yep.
Again.
I think that wraps it up. This is an awful movie. I would go as far to say this is the worst Star Wars movie they've ever released.
I think it will
by
be.
far.
I don't think they'll ever make anything as bad as this again.
I don't think they'll let it get this bad because George Lucas isn't part of it anymore.
Yeah,
I like
No
that.
offense to him personally. I don't care about him personally. I'm saying as like a director and like a writer and an executive producer, this is a pile of hot trash.
He has his strengths.
Yep.
He just made a movie on his weaknesses.
Based on all of them.
Yes.
Like writing.
He can't write love.
No.
At all. As an emotion. He
can
somehow,
write battles and fights.
He can
sort of.
Political thriller. He's got it down.
Yeah.
Episode 1 was fantastic because going back and watching it, it's great to see how far he thought out everything.
Yeah.
But then this one, sand is coarse and irritating.
Oh boy.
It's like he just fucking forgot everything.
I think he did.
1 and 2.
He went senile for a little bit there.
I think because nobody at the time liked 1, then he's like, okay, now I have to change everything and do this. And see
he
if
tried
this
to
works.
reverse course too much.
And it made everything worse.
Yep. And somehow critics, thought this was a better movie.
Okay,
somehow.
For every Star Wars fan out there, if you honestly can look me straight in the eye after watching these two movies, and you actually think Attack of the Clones is better than The Phantom Menace, you are fucking wrong. I'm sorry. You're wrong.
Adam says you're wrong.
You are. You're wrong. You're wrong.
It was bad.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was bad. It's not
so bad.
I mean, you both agree with me, right?
Yes.
You both said you agree
sucked
with me.
ass.
I think it's easy to be blinded by some fanboy moments.
Yep.
Like whenever we see all the Jedi fighting all the droids, it's like, that's awesome. Been waiting for this forever. Whenever you see Yoda finally pick up a lightsaber and fight someone, you get blinded by the fact of, that's amazing. But then when you actually look at the movie as a whole, you forget everything that made it the worst Star Wars movie.
Everything leading up to that sucked.
Yes.
Like in every way it possibly could sucked, it found a way to suck.
And it's just getting worse because I think part of the problem was we watched it in HD. If we watched it like on a VHS.
Yeah, that was on Blu-ray, so it looked kind of pretty or ugly depending on how you look at it.
It was ugly.
It was ugly.
Because then it accentuates like
the lightsabers are pretty.
Meh.
They're shiny.
That's about it.
They glow in
they
the
don't
dark.
I'd go as far as saying they kind of fuck the lightsabers up a little bit. I mean, the effects when they cut aren't as good as even the Phantom Menace or like even as far as the Empire Strikes Back and
Phantom
stuff
Menace,
like that.
when they were shoving that lightsaber, Qui-Gon shoving that lightsaber through that Durasteel door was fucking cool. They didn't have anything like that in this.
That's something you don't normally think about lightsabers being able to do, but then you can. If you need to get somewhere, a lightsaber is a way to get
blades of energy from crystals. Cool shit like that. Kyber crystals, to be exact. Hey guys, that's about it, right?
Yeah.
This movie was bad.
I'm done talking about it.
We're gonna but discuss Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, next week. I think
we're excited.
Spoiler alert, it's better.
It's a lot better.
Because everything is better than
also,
this.
spoiler, I think it's the best out of all three of the prequels.
It is.
By a long shot.
I wouldn't argue with that.
Yeah, I still get all fanboyish over Battle of Heroes and the final fight between the two of them. It's just so good.
Well, hey, if you guys have any questions, anything you want to yell at us for, we're stupid, we're dumb, we're not true Star Wars fans if we don't like this movie.
Bring it on! We got this!
To shoot us an email at officialgoldenagegamers@gmail.com. I don't mind. I'll read it. I'll take the heat. I'll take it. I'll go cry a little bit, but I'll take it. I'll take the heat.
Don't tell me my
Feel
pride.
free to disagree with me.
Yeah, that's okay. Leave a comment on SoundCloud. We don't have any comments yet. That'd be great. We'd really appreciate some feedback on there. We also have YouTube, VidMe, Facebook, all that good stuff. There's tons of ways to interact with us, see our other stuff. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next time to discuss Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Bye, guys!
Bye.